reducing the risk of losing the money, because the perpetrator is siphoning off from the complainant's account. In the meantime, the complainant has informed the banker, and the banker has frozen the account, not allowing further siphoning of the funds from his own account.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
यहाँ तक तो मैं आपका
Right.
जहन में आपका सलाह के साथ हूं ना.
Right, sir. Correct here.
Right. Next, the moment the order has been passed by the judge to unfreeze or unblock or unhold these accounts or account, immediately 94,000 has been siphoned off.
Yes, sir.
Right. Point number one. When it is withheld, the previous transaction might have some 10,000. For example, for argument's sake, 10,000 has been siphoned off. So they know who is the payer, they know who is the payee. Payer is the instant complainant. That means, I am losing my money, please help me. I went to the bank and told them. They have frozen my account, not to allow further siphoning off, unless until it is legitimate. Suppose I have given 10,000 to Vikaruddin as a check, then check has to be processed. That is mandatory. That's an order and a mandate on the bank to transfer 10,000 through my negotiable instrument. That is secondary. That is, in the instant case, it's a fraudulent transaction where the perpetrator is siphoning off the funds from the complainant, that is payer. When the bank has noticed an undue payee, the one who is receiving unduly the amount, the rest of the chunk, as our Ramakrishna told, is a layers of transaction going on of part of the 10 lakhs which is being siphoned off. 94,000 is the last leg of the story or last chunk of the money which is still in the complainant's or the payer's account. The moment court order was the court order submitted or furnished to the bank officer or the teller to release the funds or unhold the amount or unfreeze the amount?
Yes, to the bank directly, sir. To the bank.
Good. So, unfreeze, okay. But when the complainant has gone and approached the bank and asked why my account is frozen, the very fact is I'm not supposed to lose my money to a undue account, rather than a check issued on Vikaruddin's name and number, duly process that check for 10,000. These two you have to understand. Then why the same complainant has gone to the honorable judge or the police per se and saying, unfreeze my account? You need not see. Once a complainant has approached the banker that a fraudulent transaction is going on, please freeze my account or freeze my balance so that further I do not lose it. But when there is a transaction pending, which is in loop, which is on hold, will be unheld the moment you release it or you unfrozen it. That banker should be knowing, because they are the one who process the payment. In the last class I have told you there are payment methods like wire transfer, automatic clearing house, check payment, or for that matter withdrawal itself by cash. So those are online, this is offline, that is withdrawing cash in person. So either of the payment methods, they know that this payee, see, once we know check is bounced. Why? Check has been presented, processed. The scrutiny officer checked the balance, yes or no. Funds are there. If funds are not there, the reason he quotes on the return note that insufficiency of funds, hence return. Right? At the same time, the banker is knowing this particular payee has presented his check. That is a payee has presented his check. So very check itself shows These are the credentials of the payee. Likewise, drawing parallels for the check as a negotiable instrument to the amount in transit. The amount in transit is say 94,000, and banker knows the payee. So the police should not be falling short of any information to nab the culprit who is the payee. Did I answer your question, Vikaruddin Saab?
Partially, sir. But my question
Wait,
is,
wait.
oh, okay,
Partially answered.
okay,
Now comes Judge Saab's requirement of submit the report based upon what warrant from any other jurisdiction court or any lien. Lien is also there. If you know what is the meaning of lien, suppose the payer, say ABC, is due for EMI or a loan which is outstanding, that loanee or the lender brings a lien on the balance of the payee or the loanee. Right?
yeah,
Loanee being the payee necessarily cannot breathe because his throat is choked by virtue of lien brought by the lending agency.
yeah,
That is one. This is drawing parallels how an account can be frozen and what are the ramifications there too.
okay,
Now, part of the question was answered by telling that pay is identified. Pay is identified. The culprit is identified. Now, how banker allowed the payment to be going in transit? Already the complainant, that is the payer, has informed banker, sir, I am losing money. Already I have lost 9 lakhs 6,000 and only 94,000. 94,000 is, sorry, 9 lakhs 90,000 for 4,000 is, I have already lost. This last 94,000 is remaining. Kindly unfreeze it so that I will withdraw. That could be the reason which the payer has approached the banker to release the amount so that I can withdraw. But he did not have the opportunity to withdraw from his own account to his pocket, and it is vanished. It is banker who is at fault. Okay?
okay, sir.
Same thing, the police should insist upon, police in the sense the IO, investigation officer involved in investigating the cybercrime, has to take the notings, has to take the recordings, has to take the transactional data, transfer IDs, transfer reference IDs, identification numbers. All these become the part of the evidence. I'm going to talk about the ecosystem of banking fraud itself. Luckily, you have asked the same question.
Okay, sir.
Now you got the answer,
Yes,
Vikaruddin sir.
yes, sir.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you,
Anybody
sir.
else?
Sir, in
Sir,
continuation
one
of
question,
this,
sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
In one case, I'm Muralidhar Bala, advocate now, retired ECP from city. Now I'm
Okay, sir.
practicing. One of the victims, really, my friend's son phoned me up.
Okay.
2.5 lakhs. He phone call came to him from he has applied for a credit card, ICICI Bank or some SBI Bank, new card. Verification phone call came to him that you have to increase the balance or something like that. It has to be verified. Please send the OTP. He said, banks itself are telling not to tell the OTP. I am not going to tell the OTP to you. In spite of that, 10 times he phoned. Finally, he has given the OTP by pressure. While giving that number, he lost about 2.5 lakhs. Immediately, phone came from the bank. Are you doing this transaction? So you kept to hold the main accused, talk to the bank people. Yes, I am doing. They said, no, it must be a fraud call. Within 2 minutes, within 5 minutes only. Within 5 minutes, he has informed to police on 1930. Within 5 minutes, he has gone to bank and informed manager within 15 minutes because bank is very near to him. In spite of this case has been registered, nothing is recovered. Within 15 minutes, he has complained to police, complained to bank. How it I find that is a negligence of the bank or police to freeze account. Kadantra, what is your opinion, sir?
What you feel?
So negligence, what I feel is clear negligence is there. As per my
Who
within
is
15
negligent,
minutes
sir?
must be negligence of the police and bank also. And
Sir, you are past policeman,
yes,
and you cannot say it's a negligence of police. I will tell you, simple as that. I just narrated. Are you attend now? You are anyway in the session. I will tell you the ecosystem of banking fraud. I am trying to teach today. Well,
yes, I was actually
you'll
I missed
understand.
your classes I missed. I couldn't
No, no,
attend
no,
all
no.
your
No
classes.
problem, sir. No problem.
Yeah.
The cybercrime is an ocean, evolving,
Emotional, yeah.
creativity, innovation, and beyond our brains. So we are not at loss at any time. Even if you join on the 11th hour also. So okay. Now coming to your point. Simple, sir. Any banking transaction, the banker knows the details of the payer and the payee. Payer
Yes.
is the one who pays, payee is the one who receives it. Beyond that, how can they allow any transaction, sir? The mandate is there. If it is through a coming from a negotiable instrument, that is check, or if you go to commerce, bill of lading, LOC, or letter of credit, whatever it may be, there's a mandate. They cannot avoid it but to execute it. There, you cannot find a fault at banker. Now comes a fraudulent transaction, a transfer is happening. There is a checks and balances. There are measures to confirm whether this transaction is authentic. Gmail is there attached. How old is he and what is the nature? Is a student or your nephew
He's a
or your friend's
businessman.
son?
He is a 35 years old. 40 years old is a businessman.
Right, sir. So, being a businessman, he knows a little bit about a check or money transfer or
Yes.
transactions over the net. Simple as that. Financial transactions over the net. So, naturally, if you want to transfer money transfer from your bank account to another friend, first of all, you have to register him as a payee, the one who receives. So you have to mention his bank account number, IFC code, and you have to pick up the after giving the IFC code, it will pick up the respective branch, and you have to confirm it with an OTP. All this I have already dealt on this.
Yes.
So once it is confirmed, the banker knows who is the payee. So where is the gap in identifying the payee who is the culprit? That is one. One
No,
aspect.
no.
Wait, sir. Wait, sir. Now this 2 lakhs
Yeah, yeah.
was
2.5 lakhs. Yeah.
2.5 lakhs was pestered. Pestered means okay. Tell me the OTP. Tell me the OTP.
Ah.
Only then only. What was the obligation for your friend's son to release this 25 points? 2.5 lakhs.
2.5 lakhs. No obligation. He was inquiring for the credit card. This thing he told the OTP because he
Right.
applied recently credit card.
Right.
A verification regarding the credit card he spoke.
Dear all participants, kindly mute yourself, and there should not be crosstalk because Mr. Bala
Sir, I
is
have
trying.
muted. I have muted. I have taken care of
Good.
that.
Yes,
Please
thank you very much. So now, see, sir, is 35-year-old say, see, not that age is a bar.
Not bad. Yeah.
Age is a bar.
He-
See, in my own last presentation, I was struggling to open up my video, and I claim to be a technology expert. But what happens is there are some ifs and buts and no clarity on operations. So there is standard operating procedure, even in money transactions also. Necessarily, you have to follow the main line of operations so that money can be transferred to a recipient. Now the point is, this 35-year-old businessman was applying, I had applied.
applied
And
already for
was-
credit card.
Wait, sir. Had applied for credit card and was expecting a response from the banker to issue a new credit card. And the snooper snooper is the
Yeah.
one who smells. The
Yeah.
sniffer, over these correspondence between the banker and your friend's son, say ABC, was asking one straight question, which is a pipeline question, only credit card matter, which the banker supposed to receive an OTP sent to the new credit card, would-be credit card holder. Assuming that it is banker who is calling to confirm the OTP received, the fraudster who sniffed the conversation through the pipe, that is a conduit, right? This is a connected line. Your friend is at this end, the banker is at that, and the transaction is, and the topic and focus is, when is my credit card being released? Okay, we are trying to confirm, know your customer, or whatever the credentials you have to authenticate to confirm that ABC is the right person to receive my credit card, that is the banker's credit card, for which an OTP has been sent. That is user ID known, password need to be sent. OTP is the second authentication mechanism or second factor authentication mechanism. The banker confirms after receiving the OTP. Who will tell the OTP? The new credit card application or applicant. So, assuming that this the banker is calling only for the confirmation of releasing the credit card, your friend ABC or friend son ABC has told out of several attempts. Now that you are in a new world, and when you are pestered for OTP release, okay, mistake has happened. Mistake has happened that he has
Yeah.
finally told the OTP. But
Yes.
but even if an auto rickshaw fellow asking for money and sir, your phone number, you have been a very nice customer, and it's been a long journey and a nice conversation. Tell me your phone number. We will not be giving. Why? This journey is like a two tracks of a railway track, which never meet. Should not meet also. If the meet, accident happens. That has met and accident happened. The thing is, okay, out of his ignorance or out of his emotional blackmail, OTP
Yes,
has
told.
been released. OTP has been released and given. Now,
Yes.
whose business is to authenticate the OTP received? It's a banker. Banker is the onus or the burden of proof lies, in our legal language, burden of proof lies on the banker to authenticate that your friend's son ABC only has told the OTP, and for that mechanism, they have to confirm that OTP received is authenticated. How do they know? They know the OTP and they will cross check it is the same OTP which you have released, confirmed. So the telephone registered mobile is also same. Only thing, the SIM swap or the banker identity is swapped by the fraudster.
Yes.
Got it? Now,
Yes.
ultimately, who is paying? Swapping is one aspect, but money has to come from the actual real account to the sniffed account.
No,
Or
it's I mean real account.
account.
It's a credit account. There's no money, but credit limit is there. It has been taken. There is no. This is a credit card. So credit card account or amount will not be there. He can use that amount. 2.5 lakhs he has taken from him. A OTP came 4 or 5 times. He has asked him, tell me the OTP. So he was telling the bank
I followed,
like
sir.
చెప్పొద్దు
See,
కదా
I
చెప్పాడు.
followed. Let the conversation be in English because most of the
Yeah,
people
okay.
might not follow Telugu or might not follow Urdu, what I was talking with Vikaruddin sir. The point is, whether it is credit line we are talking about, or the credit happened to the extent of 2.5 lakhs, so process is same. I am purchasing, say, 10 ACs. 10 ACs, I went into Bajaj Finance and I ordered
Okay.
10 ACs.
Yeah.
2.5 lakhs is the one, and I'm paying through credit card. Right? And this credit card has a credit limit of 2.5 lakhs, which has to be confirmed by an OTP, and your friend's son has been deceived in revealing the OTP. This is the
Yes.
actual thing.
Yes, it is happened. It is
Fine.
happened like that. Yeah.
Who gave the credit card?
Credit card is credit card user, the SBI bank has given us the credit card.
Exactly. So,
So how
bank,
does this?
sir, bank knows whether it's a credit card or a debit card or any other transaction.
Any
I
card.
told you payment
Yes.
method.
Yeah.
It is a
Yes.
banker who is responsible, sir. Why are you pushing the ball into police court?
No. What I say is, when you say that 1930 is given, police also got powers to freeze an account, something like that. They are doing now. Cybercrime people.
Okay.
Within 15 minutes, it has been informed to police also and bankers also. Bank is now, he said, is responsible for this. Is there any part of the negligence or the part of the police? I'm asking.
Sir, not
Within
police.
15 minutes,
It
it
is
has
the
been.
banker. It is the banker who is at stake.
Okay. Primarily,
He is
banker.
responsible.
Police is only trying to help. Police is
Yes.
trying to help
That's what I'm saying.
recover the
You
amount.
come to the same conclusion. Don't put the ball in police court, I said. It is the banker who is accountable, responsible, and it is there is RBI guidelines is there now. 2 years back it was not there. In my last example, I told one of my aunt lost 41,000 because of this swim swapping. So I told auntie there is a
Same
RBI
thing.
guideline is there. It is a banker who has to be approached for the loss of amount. They have to as a reparation, they have to give back the amount which is lost. Now the credit line has been extended to 2.5 lakhs, and he has to pay once Bajaj Finance raises the bill for 2.5. If it is a charge or a revolving account, charge account means full time, full payment at one go. Revolving, you can pay 2.5 lakhs in EMIs, equated monthly installments. If not, there is some other. So when the Bajaj Finance raised the 2.5 thing, make that respondent banker or the respondent, and you can fight the case. You will get back the money through RBI circular.
So before you came, we were discussing.
Sir, get the last word, sir. What is that? It will get through RBI.
RBI circular is there, madam.
What is that circular, sir?
Any fraudulent transaction, if the subscriber or account holder loses the money, the banker who is responsible to compensate it. Just Google it, you'll find. If not, from my kitty.
RBI circular.
Yeah, RBI circular.
So before we came, we were discussing, sir, what time the transaction can be completed. When the transfer is there within 15 minutes, how much time it will take the money transferring to his account? We were discussing about the time. How much the time it takes when you give complaint to bank or somebody, whether it takes half an hour or 1 hour, what is the time limit anything here to transfer the amounts from the payer to payee?
Balagaru, there is a time for every transaction over and above. Say RTGS, say NEFT, then IMPS. Do you think that all are taking the same time?
No.
What is the IMPS?
Yeah, exact timings I do not know about IMPS.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Money.
If the transaction time is same for all, why these three methods?
Immediate money pays system is IMPS.
IMPS is instant.
Instant, yeah.
Whereas RTGS and NEFT takes time. More so, there's a payment limit is also there. 2.5 lakhs, about 2.5 lakhs, and all. Why? Because there are checks and balances. So much of money I'm instantly transferring. If so, what are the onus or what is the responsibility of the banker to ensure this big chunk of money being transferred faithfully to the payee? This is one aspect. More so, coming back to your own issue, sir, banker is the culprit. One word. End of it.
That's what I pick. Within 15 minutes, he has informed to the bank manager also. This thing happened, sir.
I'll tell you, sir. See, irrespective of the time, there is Razorpay, there is MobiKwik. These are the instantaneous mechanisms where the banker has the least opportunity to grab the account to hold it or freeze it. So there are ways and means the fraudster is utilizing or leveraging the technology so that amount is siphoned off at the quickest possible time.
So now we have to approach bank or ombudsman or bank complaint to the home now to
Sir,
recover this.
ombudsman is the last escalated authority, sir. Initially, the bank manager or you have a toll-free number of the banker on the right on the credit card behind, rear of it. You'll have a toll-free number. You call it. First of all, block the credit card or debit card, and then inform the banker that this is my transaction, this is my transaction ID. Please
It has
block the
happened.
credit card and block the transaction, not to allow further. Freeze it. Tell them
No,
on
it
the
has,
toll-free number.
yes, sir.
Inform
No,
parallelly
sir.
at 1930.
Yeah, it has
Inform
all
the
happened.
police.
Long back, it has happened 2-3 months ago. Now, how to go about against the bank? Why they failed to take action within 15 minutes? Informing
Sir,
also.
Sir, the earlier the better. 3 months past, it's not an issue. But at the same time, earlier the better. All the cyber frauds or banking frauds have to be within the window of 1 to 3 hours only. Because money is, I just told you, the fraudsters are leveraging technology to instantaneously siphon off. I just said MobiQuick, Razorpay, then IMPS. So many are there. Okay. Shall we go into the subject, please?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Sir, before that, a small request, sir. So, whoever are interested, you please share your mobile numbers in the chat so that we'll collect and keep them at a place. When I observe the participants who are here, they're not there in the EGNA legal group. So, those who are interested to be in touch, you please share your phone numbers in the chat. Thank you, sir. Sir, please.
Sir, not there in the Yajna legal.
Good evening, Anudala madam.
Good evening. Very good
Chappan,
evening,
Chappan.
sir. It is only those who are not there in the Yajna legal. Am I right?
యా బట్ ఒకసారి పోస్ట్ చేయండి మేడం. నేను ఇప్పుడు చెక్ చేస్తే ఇప్పుడు ఉద్దీన్ రామకృష్ణ గారు ఇట్లా వీళ్ళవి చెక్ చేస్తే నాకు ఏం కనపడలేదు. సో ఒక్కసారి పోస్ట్ చేస్తే నెంబర్స్ ఒక్కసారి రాసి పెట్టుకుందాము. ఏదన్నా ఉంటే కనుక నెక్స్ట్ క్లాసెస్ కానీ ఏదన్నా ఉంటే చెప్పడానికి ఈజీ.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna, you posted something on the company law topics. I don't know where you have posted.
సార్ అది శ్రీదేవ్ గారే అనౌన్స్ చేశారు. నెక్స్ట్ కంపెనీలో ఉండబోతుందంటే ఒక 2 days లో. సో
Okay.
ఎవరు ఏ టాపిక్స్ మీద కావాలి అంటే వాళ్ళు కొంచెం రాయమని
Okay.
చెప్పారు. సో అందరు రాశారు.
I have sent a Google form also, madam, for collecting the feedback on our workshop.
ఎక్కడ
But
సార్?
it is,
ఎప్పుడు?
to Sridevi madam I have sent. So I can email address if you provide me in the chat box, I will send it right across. Or Sridevi madam also can send the Google feedback form to the respective email addresses. Okay, let's go into the subject, please.
So continue, sir.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Madam, can you enable my sharing?
Sharing. Oh, 1 second. Sir.
Now you are co-host, sir. You can proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. The subject is very hot, and 80% of the cyber crimes are in uh, banking frauds. So most of the questions are also coming from the banking domain. And sensing that, I have prepared a little outline. First of all, understanding the ecosystem of the banking fraud. So I put the tagline: before diving into the investigation process, it is crucial to grasp the broader landscape of the banking fraud. Now, this will provide a foundation for your investigative approach, because the very workshop is meant for the learned counsels or learned advocates or attorneys or solicitors to investigate cybercrime, and the entire workshop is on cybercrimes. So, types of banking fraud: online banking fraud, unauthorized access. Are you able to see my outline, please? Somebody
Yes,
say
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I could have picturized in PPT, but the essence is the subject. So, online banking fraud calls for unauthorized access to online banking accounts for fund transfers. In the instant case of Balagaru, if I can name him, if I have the permission to name him, he has told the narrative very clearly. Thank you, sir.
You can
He has told the narrative that a credit line has been obtained illegally. For what happens? Funds transfer. As I rightly exemplified, 10 ACs, split ACs have bought at each at say 25,000. 2.5 lakhs is the set transaction amount, for which the payment has been made through a credit card, and the payment has to be endorsed or ratified through OTP transfer or OTP confirmation. So it's a illegal, unauthorized access to online banking account, and the process or the culminated process is fund transfer. So this is typically online banking fraud. More so, as we dig deeper, it's also a credit card fraud. Second one, unauthorized use of credit or debit cards. So the current instant case falls into two. Online banking fraud is a superset, subset is card fraud. Then other banking frauds, check fraud. So as I told you, it's a negotiable instrument. It's a forged or altered check. If it is forged, again, it's a banker who has to authenticate whether the signature or the relevant inputs on the credit on the check which is being filled to confirm, or altered checks. If 10,000 is there, adding a zero, or 100,000. So one can be altered. So that's an altered check. Likewise, ATM fraud. So in the past lectures or past sessions, I told how skimming devices are put. Nothing but if you go to ATM, there's a window where you insert the card. But the skimmer, what does he do? He will exactly put a skimming device fitting into the card hole, and the card hole allows the skimming device to perfectly fit there and provide the same insertion slot for a credit card or any card for that matter to be inserted. That's a skimming device. If not, Another skimming device is it catches. It's a simple image catching device which is put right in front or upper level of the credit card or debit card or the card inserting slot, where the moment a credit card or debit card or the corresponding card being slide into, it takes the numbers of that, while it also has a reflecting device where CVV number is also picked up. So it's a one shot, two birds. It reads the credit card or the card number from one angle and the CV number from the other angle. So the moment he takes out the card, or by the time he removes, already the image of this card being scanned is already landed into the skimmer device's repository, where he will be already planned to siphon off your funds. Next, counterfeit cards, then pin theft. So there is a overlooking shoulder concept. The moment you are entering your pin, say 1234, there is always a shoulder shoulder observer in your ATM bin. Bin means or the cabin if you go. So all he has to know is your pin. Why? Already his skimming device has already taken your credit card number or corresponding card number, and then the second authentication or two-factor authentication next to fill in the blank is PIN. That is ATM fraud. Then identity theft. As I told you, mule accounts. Just now, our Ramakrishna was talking about 1 lakh being transferred to another account. That's a friend account. It's called mule account. Then another account which is being used as a mule's account, that is the identity theft, because actual person is sitting somewhere, but the entire transaction is operated through the mule account, as if the mule account is the original payer. So these are all for financial gain, and these are typical banking frauds. Now comes the tools or toolkit. A typical fraudster uses. These are in detail, but basically this is the one which I am trying to show. Expanded further. Now the fraudster's toolkit. What all the manipulations they do? One by social engineering, another by introducing a malware, another by phishing, another by skimming, another by money mule. Money mule is the just now I have used that word, and individuals unknowingly used to transfer the stolen funds. So, but wantonly also in our previous class, another friend also learned friend also cited similar example where he borrowed his friend's account to transfer money to the ex party. After 1 lakh is being transferred, the mule account holder will get 5,000 as his commission. You see, these are all fraudsters toolkit. Then skimming, just now I told in the insertion card, there is a capturing card which captures the card insert, debit card, credit card, or whatever card, through a physical device, which takes a picture of the front portion, which is having a name number, and the back portion has signature with a CVV. So these are all devices uh, which are used for skimming. Then phishing, deceiving users into clicking malicious links or providing credentials. Today, I've received a beautiful request. Okay. There's also one more.
Sir, is skimming and cloning the same, sir?
No. Cloning is different. I will tell you. Anybody is able to see my SMS received
No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Not visible.
No, sir, no.
now?
Yeah.
Some.
Join
Sir,
the group.
కొంచెం పెట్టండి అది ఇందాక కనపడింది కొంచెం.
Now?
Join the group to receive.
Clarity లేదు, sir.
Exactly. That is
పెట్టండి
sufficient.
ఒకసారి పెట్టండి.
Did you see, madam?
Yeah, join the group to receive.
Okay, that is one. Another one also came actually. That's I might have deleted.
అలా లింక్స్ వస్తున్నాయి సార్. మాకైతే పోస్టల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నుంచి ఏదో కొరియర్ వచ్చినట్టు లింక్స్ వస్తున్నాయి.
Yeah. That is a known fraud now.
ఆ లింక్స్ టచ్ చేస్తే ఇంకా అంతే మేడం, మీ అకౌంట్ లో ఉన్నది పోయిందా?
అది నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది. నాకెవరు
I'm
కొరియర్
sorry.
పంపించలేదా, ఎవరు ఫోన్ చేయలేదా, నేనేమి బుక్ చేయలేదా అని చాలా సార్లు వెళ్ళి లింక్ వరకు వెళ్ళాను. తర్వాత చెప్పాలి అంటే జస్ట్ క్లిక్ చేశారు కానీ
అంటే
దేర్
మనం
మైట్ బి సమ్ ఫ్రాడ్ ఇన్ దిస్ అని చెప్పి అనేపాటికి ఆహా నాకేదో డౌట్ వచ్చి క్లోజ్ చేసి.
మనం క్యూరియాసిటీతో ఏమొచ్చిందని ఒక్కసారిగా టచ్ చేస్తామంటే ఇంకా అంతే.
అంటే నేనేం బుక్ చేయలేదా, ఏం కొరియర్ వచ్చిందా, ఏం లెటర్ వచ్చిందా, ఏం పార్సల్ వచ్చిందా అనుకుంటా ఉన్నా.
అదే మేడం లాస్ట్ టైం చెప్పాను కదా నేను 17,000 మా ఫ్రెండ్ మిస్ అయిందని. సేమ్ ఇలాంటి లింక్ వచ్చింది, టచ్ చేసాడు ఏదో అనుకోని పొరపాటున ఇంకా అంతే.
కానీ అది ఏదో చాలా ఓపెన్ సీక్రెట్ అని అనుకుంటున్నాం కానీ అది అంతా ఓపెన్ అప్ అయిపోయింది అనేది అర్థమవుతుంది కానీ అందరం మళ్ళీ బొక్కబోర్లో పడుతున్నాం.
Yes.
మేడం.
Why? Because one is the enemy. The enemy sees you to catch at the weakest point and taps the weakest link of yours. So if you are quite busy, he will make sure that you click some or other link, and this link also is clicked. Like if you how many people use casting your YouTube onto your TV, madam? Anybody knows?
I do
Yes,
that, sir.
యూట్యూబ్ డీటెయిల్స్ ని టీవీలో చూడడం అంతేనా సార్?
Yeah, detail and screen cast అంటారు దాన్ని.
అదే సార్, అదే
Hybrid mode లో.
కాస్టింగ్ కాదు కానీ ఇప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ గా యూట్యూబ్ యాప్ వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా సార్ స్మార్ట్ టీవీస్ లో. సో దాంట్లో
Right.
ఓపెన్ చేసి చూస్తాం.
There is a square, there is a rectangle with 3 rainbow lines. Okay, what does it do? It transfers the control and makes your mobile screen onto the TV over a LAN, local area network, if not, or the Wi-Fi. Followed? So, a malware can be introduced into your mobile, or a phishing exercise can be done by a deceiver to click the link as if, or they can manipulate this switching mechanism so that your mobile's operation is transparent to him. Advanced, I am telling. These are the fraudsters toolkits I am discussing about. So these are
మిస్లీడింగ్ సార్, మిస్లీడింగ్.
yeah, these are all misleading links which are enticed, so that what is that anyhow I'm doing for the last few months of seeing my mobile video onto my TV, which is an internet TV. So you'll click it or you'll just push it. But what they have done inside the code, the target they have changed. The target is your TV, but the target is their mobile. When their mobile becomes your target, as if you are casting it, whatever you are doing on the mobile, or entering a banking account, or sharing a OTP, or receiving an OTP, which will become transparent to the enemy. Over. So these are the typical things which the fraudsters utilize and use. Then comes fraudster life cycle.
సార్
Target-
మన ఇంట్లో మన టీవీకి ఎన్రోల్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళకి తెలిసిపోతుందా సార్?
Madam, I will take a separate class on router fundamentals, router. Then
Okay,
switch fundamentals, which are network devices which can be tampered. Once I have entered into your router, I am your unseen guest, and I can hear your conversation, and I have access to all your components or devices which are configured and talking to the hotspot, which is the router, or the router come switch.
ఓకే
And
ఓకే.
all the devices connected are transparent to me.
ఓ ఓకే 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 సార్. ఓకే, గాట్ ఇట్.
You followed? Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like
Thank
I
you,
will
thank
tell you. Live example, I'll tell you. This day I wanted to bring my Alexa. I told you Echo Dot, both I have, old one and new one. See, we can configure with the new skills. If you have Google Home or Siri or Echo Dot as Alexa, you can configure them. Like I configured them at 9 o'clock, I will get news because I'm always a learning. I'm always on the learning curve. Daily, I listen to 9 p.m. news followed by 9:15 spotlight. This I have been doing from maybe 40 years. While I attempted civil services and gone through up to interview, from then onwards, I never left listening 9 o'clock news and the 9:15 spotlight. Right? I programmed my Alexa without my knowledge. Without my knowledge, automatically 9 o'clock, my Alexa plays the news. Why? I configured it. Likewise, you can configure, or the fraudster can configure, because he is on my Wi-Fi. Alexa is also on my Wi-Fi. Basically, it operates on Wi-Fi. There is no LAN business. So that is wired local area network. No, Wi-Fi only it operates. Siri or Google Home. So if I know the code, I can just supplement that code with my code, and my code can misdirect, change the target, end of it. So these are all the fraudsters toolkits, and the life cycle is targeting, compromise, money management, money movement, money laundering. Fraudsters life cycle, there fraudsters toolkit and types of banking fraud we have covered. So identifying the potential victims. In my last class I told effort is same. Finally, one of my learned friends said, sir, he has come on Facebook account and he was begging, at least 100 rupees you pay me, sir. Why he is asking? Because with great effort, not everybody can talk to you on the Facebook, right? You have to be identified, a friend's request has to be accepted, and you become a friend. Only then you can chat or talk, right? Till then, he has made a lot of attempts to become a friend, first of all. After becoming a friend, he started begging for money. No, you are a fraudulent person, I cannot pay you. No, sir, at least you pay me 100. So he was begging, you see. So I told, identifying the potential victims, you do the same effort to catch a high net worth individual where you can where the fraudster can siphon off at the instant $10,000 or $1 million. So that's why the efforts of a fraudster is round robin technique, is throwing a stone. If you find a glass, it will hit it. If not, keep on throwing the stone. So it is a fraudster cycle who keeps on targeting and finds a potential victim. Once a potential victim is identified, he lays the net and use the fraudster's toolkit by all those above means, social engineering means, malware means, phishing means, skimming means, and he finds a mule also to transfer your funds. Now coming to compromise. How to gain access to victim's information. So, oh my God, my phone is hacked. They say, sir, my phone is hacked. It is a concept of compromise. So once your device is compromised, you no longer have control over it because the enemy or the fraudster has already gained control over it. So once he has gained the control over it, you lose your access and he gains access and you become the victim and he gains all the information about you. That is gaining access to the victim's information. Now comes money movement. I already told you several, at least three instant cases we have discussed, talking about payer, payee, transfer of funds, payment methods. So I need not dwell more on that. Then money laundering, concealing the illicit origin of funds. These three slides I have elaborated a little bit further with highlighting. So, online banking fraud calls for phishing credential thefts. So, what is credentials? User ID, password. What is the three-factor authentication? Biometric. It is iris. If not, thumb. Then face recognition. These are all amounting to banking fraud and unauthorized transactions. Then card fraud. What is the card fraud? Unauthorized use of credit or debit cards. So card cloning, card not present fraud, then card skimming fraud. So these are all the things. Now, Madam was asking cloning and skimming same. So what is cloning?
Identical.
Exactly.
Creating an
Duplicating
identical. Yeah, duplicating it or creating an identical form of a.
Did you identify a clone there? Did you see WhatsApp clone?
Yeah, no, sir.
Are you able to see?
We can see a screen, but I think the icons are too small.
No, sir. WhatsApp clone is there.
You couldn't make it out.
Now, one of the apps,
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
it is second line. Second line, second one. Second line, second one, madam. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. We can see the WhatsApp. There is an orange line above the
Correct.
WhatsApp icon.
Right. So, WhatsApp clone is also there. But is it a fraud? Sometimes. But I have installed properly, but I never used it. I have used it on purpose for investigating a cyber crime, but I have kept it as a standby, which anybody can install, anybody can track, and it can be used for fraudulent use as well as tracking somebody's operations. Anyway, it is sold in America. When I was in US at that time, phone clone was there, and this app business was not there. But off late, they were selling. I can tell the example. Monitor your spouse. Understood? Monitor your spouse. Because you are an insider, you have every ability of cloning your wife's or spouse's phone, and everything is transparent to the other spouse. Understood? Okay. Now coming to understood, madam, cloning.
Got it. And
Yes.
here's one more thing. If you permit me, I should tell you one more thing, sir. Sir, usually I transact WhatsApp on my phone, but once in a while, I operate my WhatsApp on the computer system also.
Yeah, that is web.
Web WhatsApp.
That's, yeah. So that also can be monitored, I think.
See, madam, you are using your mobile to check
Yes,
your email.
yes, sir.
Same thing, you log into your desktop or laptop, and the same email you are checking.
Yes,
So the platform provided by the web WhatsApp is for your easement of operation or ease of operation.
okay.
That's it, madam. Nothing more. And remote possibility, meaning I cannot guarantee, because remote possibility of any fraud or any loophole lying with your laptop web WhatsApp. You're
Yes,
safe
sir.
enough.
To adding, sir, adding to your point, sir. If
Yes.
we log in the web WhatsApp in a public, I mean to say internet cafe, if you forget to log out from there, there are all possibilities that the information will be transferred to the web
Sir,
WhatsApp.
what
That
is
also.
that? What is that? How you gained entry, or how your WhatsApp is appearing on the Cybernet or Internet Cafe PC? You are linking the device.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
It is
linking.
your bound and responsibility to de-link and clear it off.
Log out or clear it off.
Yes.
Yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
you have already given the head to the tiger.
This method is to be followed even while using the ATM, if I'm not wrong. This
ATM also you should clear.
yes. Once you
Doubly,
finish your
people should press double, twice, at least twice the clear after removing the card.
yes, sir.
The now check one I've already told. Okay, little bit more. What are the techniques involved in the check fraud? Check kiting or kitting, counterfeit checks, altered pay information. This I've already covered. Only check kiting we can discuss more, but it's tampering with the details, madam, or tampering with the details basically. So these are all counterfeit checks, altered pay information, because ABC is supposed to receive, BCD will be receiving it. ATM also we talked about, identity theft, impersonation, document forgery, synthetic identity theft. So these are all in detail, but we can talk more if he is interested. But it's self-explanatory: impersonation, document forgery, identity theft.
Synthetic identity. Sir.
Synthetic identity is in similar as it is. More so, what is original? Sir, did you buy engine oil which is synthetic?
Yes, sir.
You understood then?
The premium
Original
grade of
oil is
oil.
different, synthetic oil is different. Likewise, similar. In fact, synthetic oil is gives a better performance for the engine to efficiently run than the organic oil, which is supposed to be the engine oil. Additional information:
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agreed.
synthetic oil gives more efficient performance. Okay, next, further uh, delving on social engineering. Techniques used: pretexting, baiting, tailgating. Tailgating is, again, I told you, shouldering. Baiting is carrot and stick. Pretexting is preempting. Malware. Keyloggers, Trojans, ransomware. Keylogger software is there. Whatever you type, instantaneously the key stomped, meaning key stomped, will reflect there into the fraudster's account. So typically keyloggers are to track ATM pins. Trojans. Trojans are, Trojan horse. Trojans are the programs which are residing in your own kitty of devices, be it mobile or be it your laptop or PC, appropriate time, they attack, like the Trojan horse attack. Ransomware, phishing. Phishing again, email, SMS, voice phishing, skimming. Voice phishing, deepfaking, hyper, hyper, hyperscaling. Okay. This phishing, in my earlier lecture, I have told my friend has gone 10 years younger by a deep fake video or a picture. Likewise, I'm predicting, and already the lab research are out, or lab reports are out, that most of the Bollywood movies will not have, like a example. I'll tell you one particular actor to act like Robo, our Rajnikant, or our own Chiranjeevi. To get into the makeup, it will take at least 4 hours. Or Kamal Hassan getting ready for a makeup, it may take a half day. All that are not required now. Within few minutes, given the transcript of the character being enacted, give them or give the AI tool hyperscaling. Remember hyperscaling. Give that. Now, Kamal Hassan has to look older, like Bharatiyudu, or is that movie? His face will shrink, his jaws will drop, hair goes grey. All this happens by just manipulating the AI tool or giving the inputs to the AI tool called hyperscaler. Likewise, all the phishing can happen, and the Hollywood movies and the movies can also be taken at a lower rate of hiring actors to play particular character roles. Skimming, already we talked about. Point of scale skimmers, gas pump skimmers. These are the additional inputs. Money mule. Okay. We'll talk more about profiling. So I told the effort is same. Effort is same in identifying the individual. What it goes to prove, what it matters, if the account holder has only 10,000 rupees. So the profiling they do, the skimmers they do, or the reconnaissance concepts they do is credit 1 rupee account and get back as debit 1 rupee account. By that, they established a conduit and know the account balance and find out is a high net worth individual, so that we can siphon off the funds. This is profiling. Compromise already told. Breaches, social engineering, malware, money movements also told. Part of the payments I told you, payment methods, wire transfer, then cryptocurrency. Ransomware they executed and hold you as ransom, and the ransom money to be paid in terms of bitcoins. That is cryptocurrency. Then just now our Ramkrishna was talking about layering, integration, placement. Now comes investigation process. So we are on the last day of the workshop, and we should be equipped with all the foundation laid for the past 10 sessions, I should say, making us fully equipped to undertake a cybercrime investigation. So what exactly we do, given an instant case, ultimately before the law enforcement agency or the court of judicature, that we have to present our evidence which we talked about, admissibility of evidence also. So incident response and evidence preservation. What do we take? It is the initial assessment which go hand in hand to gather information about the fraud, including the amount, date, and method. So always I insisted in all my past sessions, timestamp, date stamp, and the context. Read the text in the context, and context changes everything. So you have to be very careful in investigation process in gathering the base information that becomes the foundation information. Then comes the evidence collection. Secure digital evidence. What are the devices involved? These are the players in the melee. Players. What are the players? Computers, mobile devices, networks, network data, and what are the tools involved which come handy to a digital forensic expert or a consultant like us to use certain tools like autopsy, sleuth kit. Then comes what transpired when and what is that which transpired from whom to whom. That's called chain of custody. So it's a we have to establish that this is the payer and this is the payee. In between, who are all the players between? Who are the players online? So all these devices mentioned above, computers, mobile devices, networks, all are the players. They are all contributing to the online fraud. But when it comes to offline fraud, the all it culminates into drawing the money through a physical bank. That is offline. So the chain of custody starts from the emerging point at the source to the destination. We have to establish a clear and unbroken chain of custody for all the evidences. Now remember, collecting the evidences. Next comes how to investigate. Now comes a little bit technology part where the file system analysis, we have entered into the digital forensic arena, which is the analysis we are undertaking. So I mentioned you should know all the 7 layers of security. Then you should know all the devices participating in any online transaction. Then you should know all the device algorithms they used in creating a hash for any transaction. Then I talked about RSA algorithm. Then I talked about MD message digest 5 algorithm. Then I also mentioned about RSA stands for Rivest, Shamir and Edelman, who are the proponents in 1971 of creating a hash algorithm, encrypting, decrypting. And then I talked about public key infrastructure, where a message is encrypted by the public key and decrypted at the receiver side by the private key. So this is the concept of public key infrastructure. These are to be at the back of your hand when you are undertaking a digital forensic analysis. That means one should have a technology edge or technology per se insight in digging the details, getting deeper to catch the culprit. Now comes file systems. So NTFS, then you have disk operating, then you have several file systems. Then comes network analysis. So unless until you know the 7 layers of networks or security, you cannot understand this network analysis. Then we have Wi-Fi, wide area, LAN, several types of networks are there in which a traffic flows. Then you should be understanding how the traffic flows, how the packet of information gets transmitted, then how do you catch a particular packet which led to this fraudulent transaction. The tool here mentioned is about Wireshark. Then the malware. Identify, analyze the malware. That is an old one, but continuously many people are still falling to malware. Then using the tool called autopsy, you can delete or you can undelete the deleted data. So data recovery. Recover deleted data using specialized forensic tools. In my taxonomy glossary of terms used in cybercrime investigation, you can see list of tools I have sent. You already it's in the group. Then you have open source intelligence. Using that, we can collect information about the suspects, organizations, and the IP addresses. And the tools used are Maltigo and Scrapy. Then you can undertake under the concept of network reconnaissance and intelligence gathering, doing a social network analysis. Then, as I have already mentioned, my profile picture, you can see. That's it. It's a shepherd dog. You have seen that. Okay. Why I have not put my own picture in my DP? So these are all the least mitigating principles we use, because our social media profiles are analyzed so that they get some clues and make connections. So which you have to be very careful, and that's what network analysis is all about. Then dark web monitoring. I mentioned at least couple of times about the dark web and the web forums and the relevant forums. You want this going open on the YouTube. Many people get user licenses or say MS Office. They have to have a key. That keys are available plenty in the dark web. So immediately people go to dark web and look for MS Office license. They'll get a key. So such kind of dark web monitoring activity you can understand. Then cracking passwords and recovering passwords. The tools which are is John the Ripper. John the Ripper is a very old tool which people use for password cracking. Then credential stuffing, that is used to compromise the credentials which were used elsewhere. Like if you know, if you are creating a Google account, your passwords are saved. You have other websites, passwords are saved in Google account. Why and how? You have to be careful about it. Then comes the culminating part. Sorry, hypothesis formation and testing. What creates what creates an edge over the CISA? I am a certified information systems auditor and also a white hat hacker who has the ability to do penetration testing. So these are all the tools we use, like Nmap, to map the devices and understand the domains devices and understand the IP addresses involved so that we can gather or collect evidence. So while creating the hypothesis, we develop potential scenarios based on the collected evidences. Then how do we confirm? First of all should remember that you should not make any judgment. It is a query to be answered. Like the judge asked, submit a report. Police was asked, submit a report. Who is the police? Is a cyber warrior. If you see Center of Excellence from the Telangana government, various police stations have two cops as cyber warriors. So the cyber warriors are asked by the adjudicating authority or the presiding officer to submit a report. Police, if they really discover the culprit, still cannot make a judgment or pass a judgment that yes, I found the culprit and he is the culprit. No, it is the adjudicating officer who decides that. So you have to test the hypothesis. After testing this hypothesis, you have to present the facts and you have to prove or disprove the hypothesis. What are the forensic tools which you have used? I have already sent, and these tools have to be used and proper analysis techniques to confirm or verify the hypothesis. Then I told you profiling the fraudster. if you recollect my past presentation or past mention about Pulan Devi and the bandits sequence of operations. Likewise, the fraudsters also, these fraudsters have a profile. They follow a sequence of operations against which you can easily find out these are the typical ABC's fraudulent actions. And you see, understand their motives and methods.
Like modus operandi, they call it in the police. Modus operandi.
Exactly.
Independent.
Exactly. You found a device or a mobile device. Then you see in the mobile devices all the bombs are there, all the mechanisms and videos how to make bomb, and then how to explode, how to how to make a petrol bomb, how to make a different kinds of bombs. So you can fairly come to some conclusion, but at the same time, don't conclude. Fairly conclude out of the images found, out of the devices found, out of the repositories which you have found, out of the videos which you have saved, all relate to bomb manufacture and bomb explosion. So you can safely say that he is involved into some terrorist activity like that. 1 second, please. Let me call off my dog. 1 second. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So now, this is how profiling is done. Then comes that is physical and fraudster's action, methods followed, motives intended. Now comes the technical profiling. We use several tools and techniques to identify the fraudster's skill level. So the profiling also reveals us at what level of skill so and so fraudster is operating. Based upon that also we can imagine, and it reduces our cycle time of investigation. Then comes collaboration and intelligence sharing. Now, with whom? Police is the law enforcement agency. We have to work closely with them so that the investigation is properly coordinated and the conclusions are rightly concluded or arrived at by the adjudicating officer or the presiding officer. Next comes banker, who is the main player or operator in most of the transactions, because most of the transactions are into banking fraud, and our current context is also analyzing the banking fraud investigation in a banking fraud. So we have to understand and share also information what other financial institutions, so that we can identify some patterns. Then comes industry partners, like this happened yesterday. How many people know WazirX? Hello?
Thanks, sir.
Is a
Can you
cryptocurrency.
please repeat the question, sir?
How many people know WazirX?
Cryptocurrency exchange, sir.
Vicaruddin, very good. On August 19th, that is yesterday, WazirX confirmed its laptops were not compromised in the recent cyber attack, which resulted in the theft of over $230 million, that is 2,000 crores, from a multi-sig wallet. Followed, latest I'm talking about. And WazirX had Mandiant solution for a forensic analysis. Next, Mandian's report submitted on August 14th found no evidence of compromise on the laptops used for the transactions. The detailed report is pending. Preliminary findings suggest the issue may be related to liminal. WazirX is awaiting response from the liminal. So what does it say? How did Mandiant, the forensic analysis company, Mandiant Solutions, arrived at a conclusion that no laptops were compromised, which were used for the transaction. Likewise, in a way, if we form a team, we also form a forensic team or forensic analysis team for which we have to undertake all these process of investigations, where in which cyber security firms like us to collaborate or coordinate with the law enforcement agency in nabbing the culprit. Therefore, further fraud prevention is mitigated. Then comes prevention and remediation. So, as I told you, I am a CISA, good in penetration testing. Then I am a white hat hacker who understands NHAM and also CyberForge. Several other tools are there to assess the vulnerability. Like we test the grounds to know how strong you are, how resilient you are, how protected you are. So if you see how to secure yourself, you have to install some antivirus, you have to install some firewalls, you have to install some VPNs. If you remember, I mentioned VPN, I am always on VPN.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
thank you. So these are the prevention and remediation mechanisms. Then you have to implement certain controls so that you are secure enough so that you can prevent future attacks. Likewise, if you are in a company or a company who has to undertake preventive methods, they have to educate the employees about possible frauds which they can be preventing. Then comes additional considerations. If cybercrime is not limited to your domestic applications or domestic transfers, if not domestic transactions, it is global, intercontinental, international, and also internal also. So within the family, people can deep fake your own brother. I just cited one more example of in the second class or first class itself that the friend asks 10,000. Just now we were talking and we got off the phone. Got off the phone means we hung up. And you are calling that your mother is sick and I need 10,000. So what is that? It's the internal circle which the snooper has heard the conversation and deep faked or identification or identity theft has happened. And he came as Srinivas who was talking to Jaikar and asked for 10,000. Just now I spoke to Srinivas and how Jaikar can be fooled. Then cross check. By the time the money is transferred, Srinivas comes into picture. How are you? I am fine. How is your mother? She is fine. Then just now I transferred 10,000. No, I didn't. I never called. So you will understand what has happened. So now technical. Technical is if you know registry mechanism in a typical laptop, mobile or whatever it may be, they change only one value. If the zero is made 1, your phone is compromised. Just 1. So remember that. So who is that responsible next to? It is a legal and regulatory to be complying with the regulatory framework. So unless the ISPs, Internet Service Provider, are exercising their control and regulatory requirements, which they force to not to pass on some instigating videos. I cited recent example of Bangladesh. Hot topic it was. And our Indian brothers are instigated. Likewise, now Madhumita, Dr. Madhumita or Abhaya is a hot topic. You mean to say it is not a cybercrime? It is 100% cybercrime. Why? There are SMS, there are telephone conversations, their videos passed, everything, and more so, Sanjay Roy is part of the police. He is part of the police team. So everything is known. It's also a cybercrime. So what is the supervising? What is the oversight board which keeps on monitoring the compliance part of it, whether they are complying with the regulatory requirements or not? So they have to doing they have to do regular checks. When they fail to do, they give rise to compromise. Next comes to sensitive information throughout the investigation. Now comes privacy details or personal data which has to be protected. So why Abhaya is called? Why not Madhumita, Dr. Madhumita? So these are the cautions which we as cyber crime investigators or consultants have to adhere to. So when the whole world is talking about Abhaya, we cannot get into the details of Dr. Madhumita. At the same time, you have to maintain privacy because it hurts certain sentiments. So we have to be humane in our approach. Likewise, uh, protecting sensitive information is the order of the day. And when it comes to through a court order, then you can reveal the facts or details. So you are bound by the warrant or notice or the court's order. Next comes ethical considerations. So I told you just now, ethical consideration which you have to be humane and you have to be responsible in not divulging private information. By following these steps and leveraging your expertise in technology and the knowledge in security, you can effectively investigate banking fraud and several cases you can handle and you can contribute to bring down the perpetrators onto their knees and justice is meted to the complainants or the victims. So with this, I've talked about the hot topic banking fraud and then the typical components of the ecosystem and typical procedure of investigating a banking fraud. Then I leave the session now so that people can. My sharing was missing.
No, sir, it is.
No, we could see till the end of the Word document, sir. Now only I think.
Oh, okay. Now only it is gone. Okay, fine. Then fine. So now we go to the question and answer sessions and the feedback if you want to give and any questions arised out of all the past sessions, we can interact readily and clarify your doubts. And I've been always requesting you people to let me know questions or concerns to Sridevi madam who collated information and questions so that they can be onward transmitted to me for again to discuss in the open forum. So who else is there who can talk about David is also there. I promised Mr. David to clarify. Then ARK is there. Then where is MB Ramana? MB Ramana is not there. Anyway, Vikaruddin is there or not? Vikaruddin is also there. But your question is answered. You still some questions or concerns remaining, Vikaruddin sir?
No, sir, it's already answered, sir.
Very good.
And my doubt is actually not doubt, sir. Is it possible to form a cyber forensic kind of setup for advocate fraternity? So if we come across any issue, so that we can
discuss. A forum can be grouped as a WhatsApp group, and that becomes our forum. If not, actually I have designed a blogging site also, but I thought I would collect the feedback and enter into the blog. One of our participants has evinced interest, and I have put some repository there, and in the blogging we can you can participate in the contributions in the sense today I have encountered a fraud, and in the forum somebody knowledgeable can respond, and somebody who is victimized and handling the same case can also respond. then contribute. Like that, the forum grows, and
Yes, sir.
overall, it enhances your practice. While instead of consulting a senior lawyer, your only peers
Yes.
will answer. If not, in the forum, there are seniors also there, juniors also there, freshers also there, judges also will be there. I'll be inviting judges also.
Yes.
So all these they will contribute so that your investigation process cycle time is reduced,
Yes, sir.
because you will get too many ideas, too many ideas.
True,
Like
sir.
one of the Holy Scripture says, too many counsels, too many counsels solve the issue. So we are all already counsels, and
Yeah.
we tend to arrive at a easier solution, because we take all the ingredients and come to our own conclusions.
Yes, sir. Because I too come from a computer background. I mean,
Excellent, excellent,
networking background, and having
excellent.
so many certification like MCP, CCNA, CCNP, CCI, written CCSA, CCSC, and incident management, firewalls. So that's why I'm asking this. Can we set up this kind of thing?
Exactly,
So and
exactly.
practiced on
So
Kali Linux and Parrot Linux kind of thing, sir.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We need people like this who can understand, because then beef
Yes,
in
sir.
Kali Linux.
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
yes, sir. Beef
Sir,
able to
one
win.
doubt, sir.
Not our eating beef.
Yes,
Beef
yes,
in Kali
yes, yes,
Linux.
yes. Beef and evil twin kind of thing. Yeah.
If some technical people are there, I
Yeah,
can discuss, but I did not find a friend like you.
I'm here, sir.
Good, good. We will
Sir,
talk. We'll talk more. Anybody else,
sir,
please?
sir, I have some doubts regarding this Slewkit, Autopsy, Wireshark, Multigo,
Yes,
Scrappy.
yes, 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 yes.
Sir, are this? I meant to say, can we access these tools, or we should have some technical
Exactly,
competency?
Mr. David. In the group, I've sent all the glossary and taxonomy, in which I have sent free tools, and Autopsy is a free tool, open source tool.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can use it.
yeah. Tools are open, but sir, we should use only on our network, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, David, sir.
Yes, sir. I didn't get that what Mr.
No,
Paradhan
no,
was saying over
Autopsy
the
is
network.
free.
No, no,
Autopsy,
what I'm
Autopsy is free. You can download it and install it. I have been using for the last 3 years.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, sir, there are free tools like Wireshark also free, and
Yes,
EtherCap also free. Same as Wireshark, there is another tool called EtherCap. We can use these tools, but we should use these tools in our own network only, because the moment when you install
Private
Wireshark,
network.
yeah, private network. The moment when you install this Wireshark or other sniffing tools, that will start scanning other networks as well.
exactly.
Okay, okay, okay. And Johnny the Ripper also the same.
John the Ripper is a password cracker only.
John. Okay, okay. Just crack the password. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, nowadays,
Thank you, sir.
John the Ripper is based on processing. I mean, it uses processor power to crack the password. But nowadays, software is using your graphic card GPU to crack the password more 10 times faster than your CPU. That is Hashcat.
Okay.
Okay.
You're already on your mobile, just to open today's EGNA legal lectures, and I have given kitty of tools. You can see from the point of view cybercrime investigation. I have given you the terms: cybercrime, cyber terrorism, hacking, and the like. In the digital forensics, digital evidence, then data recovery, which I already discovered, file carving, restructuring the files from fragments or raw data, then network forensics. So all these tools I have also given. Just see, yes, as Vikaruddin sir was already telling, if you go to the taxonomy and the glossary of terms used, go into the mobile, sir, if you can.
Yes, sir. I cross-checked my WhatsApp, but I did not get anything of that, sir.
Oh, okay. So, see, I have clearly mentioned if you can see,
Okay,
the
sir.
tools.
Oh, maybe, sir, I might not be there in that group. I'll just
Are you able to
check.
see now?
Yes, sir. I think.
Yes, cybercrime investigation. So these are all happily you can use them. That's why I have sent the details and start practicing so that your questions and concerns may be answered. And over a period of time, you will also become expert.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Yeah. Anybody else, please?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం కంప్లైంట్ చేసిన తర్వాత
Yeah. Go ahead.
కంప్లైంట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళకి అది టైం టేకెన్ అనేది ఎన్ని రోజులు పట్టొచ్చు సార్ రికవరీ అవడానికి అమౌంట్?
Sir, when it comes to cyber fraud, more so a banking fraud, earlier the better. I told you the gap window is very small because banker will slip away or banker will not slip if you take impromptu action or prompt action,
ఓకే.
right? But if you delay, he will also wash away hands, sir. There is a window of time where we can hold the account before transferring it to the payee. Till that time, you could have informed us, and that window was only 15 minutes. You never bothered to inform me, but you are calling police at 19:30 and discussing with police. Actually, the credit card is mine, and I have issued the credit card. Your bounden responsibility is to talk to the issuer, that is me, my banker, and you should have called me. I would have blocked your account or blocked your credit card because he has already got the credit card information. He is going on buying goods in the Bajaj Finance. So one by one is buying. I would have blocked it, he says. Banker will say, I would have blocked it. Next purchase, you would have not come through. You followed, right?
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్, సార్ రామకృష్ణ సార్ చెప్పారు సార్ ఇందాక, అంటే ఎవరైనా ఒకరితో జరిగిన తర్వాత ఏ నుంచి బికి, బి నుంచి సికి అలా ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ జరిగినప్పుడు
Yes.
అది అది ఎలా సార్ ఇప్పుడు తెలియదు కదా సార్ వాళ్ళకి, అవతల వ్యక్తులకి.
No. See, Naresh Garu, every SMS you will get it unless until swim swap. This is another fraud. Swim swap has happened. If the swim is not swapped, you still get the debits, but actual person is not receiving. Some fraudster is receiving the money, but your banker is sincerely sending 10,000 rupees debited from your account. Yes, you will get that SMS. You will be knowing, no? Then you should immediately act. Sir, this transaction I have never done, and stop the transaction immediately. Freeze the account. Parallelly, inform 1930 and proceed. Go and file an FIR.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Welcome. Anybody else? It's almost 10:32.
Yes, sir.
So, Madam, I think Madam Nagalakshmi Siriksha Garu has collected all your email IDs and phone numbers. And
No, sir. No, sir. Only few of them have given.
yeah. Whoever wants to further gain knowledge into next workshops or next sessions, may please cooperate in letting Nagalakshmi Madam to know, so that actually I have sent a feedback form also. Let me share once. Just see, I want to share. Oh, sharing is disabled or what?
నాట్ కమ్ సార్.
No, I'll tell you. Sharing is there. So this I have sent. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a Google form I have sent. You can see, have you attended? RSVP, répondez, s'il vous plaît. I am a diploma in French also. So general RSVP people might not know what is RSVP. Répondez, s'il vous plaît. Reply or respond, please. On your overall observation, 10-day workshop on cybercrimes by TJ Jayakar. And my number is 833-190-2896. And my email address is tjjayakar@gmail.com. You just say, yes, I have attended. Then other means you can enter here. We value your input. Please share your thoughts and recent workshop. Excellent presentation. Okay. Then continue. Submitting. I will get. Next. How would you rate the workshop overall?
Sir, you have promised to share the PPT, sir, but you did not.
I will. Next. 5. How did you hear about this event? Are you able to see my Google form?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then friend or newsletter or advertisement. Then what topics would like to explore in future sessions? Sorry. Thank you for your participating. Your feedback is invaluable. Then your answer. This is advanced. So submit. Oh, thank you for your response. This is what I get. Followed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Share a link for the feedback, sir. The chat window.
Sir, if you don't mind, if you don't have any other questions, would I say?
Yeah, see this. This is my 10-day kitty. All the folders are there. So I will send one by one.
Sir,
Today's presentations have, because of the paucity of the time, have not shared. So many are there. So I have already prepared. So many things are there. If time is there, we can discuss. But you see how many are there? Deep dive on network traffic analysis for hypothesis testing. Then evidence preservation during decryption. This both I have sent. Glossary of terms. Then Google Forms I have sent. Then recent statistics. If I will show that. So now you see this typical profile. Vikaruddin Saab, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
You see the sequence of tools I generally use. You see, I'm an engineer, technology expert, skilled white hat hacker, IT auditor with CISA certified information systems auditor, good at penetration testing, then Six Sigma Black Belt certified process and quality consultant, good in fine tuning cycle time reduction, then skilled and highly qualified in this area of technology, understanding the cyber crimes, more so in banking fraud. So then I will ask anybody to give step-by-step overview how typical banking is executed, banking fraud is executed at international levels, which operates online and offline techniques. Then I will instruct the investigation process. Please pick up sleuth kit to analyze the file system. First step. Vikaruddin Saab, you can follow this.
Yes, sir. Okay.
First, please pick up sleuth kit to analyze the file systems. Everybody tries to pay attention, please. You will understand. stepwise. Then first you gain an entry to the file system. Then use autopsy to consolidate hypothesis of the file systems. Okay, analyze from where? Sleuthkit. Then use Hydra for network cracking. Then use Altigo for further reconnaissance. Then use Scrape for crawling and scraping. And finally, use the John the Ripper to the crack the credentials like user ID and password to investigate in a sequence and depth. Followed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is
Very
how
good,
you
sir.
should do. Then notes on investigating cyber crimes and tools I have. Open source I have already mentioned. Then presentation outline I have just told. Then okay. Then I want to show you this.
Sir, if you don't mind and permit me to keep in touch with you, sir.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, see this. Because we have to end on a good note, you should also know the statistics also. Nationwide fraud loss in 2023. Everybody pay attention, please. How much loss? More than $10 billion, making the first time that fraud losses reached this benchmark. First time $10 billion are at stake, were at stake, already lost. This represents 14% increase over the reported period of 22. Over the reported period. So every year, average 10% increase. Remember. Next, investment scams led to reported losses accounting to more than $4.6 billion in 23. Here, 21% increase in over the last reported in 2022. Then, imposter scams. Imposter, just now we discussed about identity theft. Scams followed closely with reported loss of $2.7 billion. Then, online banking and mobile transactions. In 2021, online banking accounted 33% of US banks. Frauds cost 26% to over the reported matter from 2020 onwards. Mobile transactions accounted 29%. In-person fraud 21%. Consumer fraud, almost 2.10 million consumers filed their frauds, complained. 25% of those scams led to financial loss, with typical person losing average $500. So most of the scams are imposter based. So we can call it a day. It is 10:42. Any further questions or concerns raised to also Nagalakshmi madam, also to Sridevi madam, who will gather some information and we can talk more. And you all stay connected and be blessed to be a blessing to many. So
Thank
you
you,
want,
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
yeah, you want to listen to a song because when I went to America and lived and worked for 5 years, one lady singer in Monroe sang a song for me. So one more singer, Mark Harris, also sang for me, spotting me as an Indian. But I want you to end this note with this nice song. I hope I get it on the YouTube. If you are interested, only 17 people are there. I will play that song for you. Be the blessing. Be the blessing. And you be blessed to be a blessing.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. You can talk. You can talk.
May I stop recording?
Yeah, you can stop.